My name is Leif, and I have survived out here alone, by myself, away from the rest of the world, a world that is now lost and forgotten. I could be one of its only survivors. I've seen others in the woods, found bodies of those discarded and forgotten. I have used their clothes. I have made my own. I have survived, built myself an existence from the pines. The cold, the rain, it all seeks to kill me. And so far, it has failed. So far, I have survived. I arrived here, naked, alone. Now, I have a life. I nearly lost everything in a fire. A mistake. But now, I have rebuilt. My shelter keeps the rain away, and I even have a friend or two. But this is not a life. If the wilderness will not kill me, then my own mind just might. I cannot live out the rest of my days here. I must travel downstream. I must find out. There is more out there. The world. I know it. Not all can be lost, not all can be gone. And I will find it. And so I will continue to work. I will build my boat, and I will find the new world. For if I do not, then I truly am the last man alive.
Kia ora, guys, gals, and legionnaires. Rycon here, and welcome back to Let's Roleplay Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, Leif's Tale. Now, we've had a bit of a break from Cataclysm for a little while, and we've come back with something of a different style. I feel like I've been neglecting the storytelling aspects of Cataclysm for too long. The live streaming experiment was fun while it lasted, however, I felt it took us just too far away from the game and what I was wanting to do with this series and Dusks in the first place. So you will notice some changes going forward as we do play through with our man Leif and with our gal Dusk. But for now, Leif is in recovery mode, having just defeated, killing some ginormous, horrific, crab-like monster in the form of Amigo. And, well, he did a pretty damn bloody good job, if you ask me. But he is in pain, and some of his equipment has been damaged. His shirt is barely holding together after being torn at by this thing's claws. Now, we have a decent amount of wood soup with us still. We're feeling okay overall, but we're still very far out in the far field. Now, in the previous episode, we did come across some crates up here, which I would love to go back to. And so that's what we're going to attempt to do today. It is still the morning, I believe. It's sometimes hard to tell with our little light over here, but I believe that is it rising. So with that, we're going to have a little bit of a look in and around this area here where we killed this thing and just see how we do. And actually, let's stop running as well, just so that we are able to get some of our stamina back there. Now, we do have these blobs that are just cruising around the field, but for now they don't seem to be paying much attention to us. They don't seem to be paying much mind at all. In fact, we do see ourselves a giant web spider, and down there it looks like we're seeing a number of bodies yet again. Now, this is something that could be quite useful to Leif, so I think we are going to move our way down there. I do want to see how much we've gotten here. I believe we have actually filled this thing up, as far as I'm aware. So let's examine the vehicle and just see what we're looking at. Yeah, we're pretty much full. We've got a few liters more that we can store on this thing, but we are very, very close to capacity. Now, I'm also trying something different in today's episode as well. I'm actually running with the software rendering on this rather than hardware, and you'll notice that when we get in close, you don't have the lines between cells. However, things will be a little bit more pixely, so when we go all the way out, you'll notice it's quite hard to see anything. So I'm not going to be playing in that view. For the most part, we're going to be sticking in this view, unless we need to come out and have a really good look around. I mean, I can't see that, and I know that you're not going to be able to see that either, so it's very rare that we're going to be yeah, playing the game in that way. Now, there is the spider down here that we definitely want to be mindful of, so I think from a distance we want to keep our eye on it and just see. It is hostile, and, well, I'd very much like to avoid it, if that's possible. I think we're going to start off by taking our bow out, storing our spear back into our bag, and just slowly move towards him, because if that spider does start to come towards us, we'll need to do something about it. Okay, so most of this equipment is really quite damaged. Things like the wool socks I'd like to take, because obviously they're made of wool, and that's something that we don't have a hell of a lot of. The glove liners, I don't believe we have anything like that yet, and some winter gloves could actually be quite nice as well. We don't need to worry about winter so much at the moment, we're in summer, but eventually it will return, and just having the ability to survive without shelter might be something that we're going to need eventually. The tactical gloves are kind of tempting as well, so we'll go ahead and bring those back. If anything, it has Kevlar, and Kevlar is something that is it's going to be good. Now the ammo satchel, I'm tempted to bring this as well. It's just another thing that we can use for carrying small items, so we'll take that. I'm just seeing if there's anything else here that we want to try and take. I wouldn't mind taking the combat boots if we can afford to do it. We're not really worrying about the cash cards because really we don't have much use for them, so yeah. The spider still seems to be minding its own business for now, so let's hope it just stays that way. Now these combat boots actually fit. Now I'm wondering, what boots are we rocking at the moment? I believe, yeah, the leather armor boots. So I think we're probably going to want to stay with those, but we're just going to hit Shift I just to see the difference. Check out those combat boots, and we're going to go and have a look at these leather ones, just to see how they kind of stack up against each other. Obviously, the cut and bash protection is a lot better, and you know what? They actually don't encumber us as much as well, so all in all, our leather armor boots are much, much better than these combat ones. However, the combat ones do have Kevlar. Now, if nothing else, before we leave here, I would like to cut all this stuff up. It is going to take us time to do that though, so I don't know whether or not we're going to be able to. But hello, we have ourselves a gun and a holster at that, so we're going to go and take both of those. The army helmet is definitely tempting to take as well. The bash and cut protection on that isn't amazing, but I'm almost imagining that that's because it's almost destroyed. So let's see if we can only just fit it into our little backpack here. But these are military folks. And as to what they were doing out here so far in the woods, I guess in Leif's mind, maybe he's starting to believe he isn't as far away from civilization as he thinks. Or maybe, just maybe because he's been out here for such a long time, these people tried to flee into the woods. Now it is his goal to try and eventually return to civilization, to travel downstream to see what he can find. But maybe, well, maybe that's just death, judging by these bodies that he's finding out here in the woods. But I think it's pretty clear as to what killed these people to Leif. It was the Migo, the thing that he killed in the previous episode, and perhaps it was already injured. Perhaps the LM that he just picked up, or rather L3 that he just picked up, has already done some damage to it. Potentially it was already damaged. We're going to start up by cutting up all we can. I'm just going to keep a close eye and just see how long that's taking us. That didn't seem to take us very long at all, which is great. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to take everything. We've got a whole heap of good stuff here. I'm probably going to start trying to throw away some of the tainted bones, just to start with. But we also need to be careful that we aren't out here for too long, because we've got all this stuff. We've got all this stuff, and I don't want it to go. I really don't. So that's given us a little bit more. Not much, but it's something at the very least. So we're going to start loading up on these here and loading up on these rags as well. And we can see that's already put us pretty close back to the start. We're going to get rid of these stomachs, I believe. And you know what? We actually might start getting rid of some of the offal, just because the offal does go off so quickly. Now, it is a bit of a waste of food, but when you think about the amount of meat that we got up here, that's meat that Leif actually enjoys eating. He doesn't enjoy eating the offal, so we'll try and save him a little bit of strife there. Let's head down to this next set and start cutting this up. And I believe we're actually cutting up the cards as well. Stop salvaging, no. So the only reason would stop is if it tells us that it's actually approaching us. Right now, it hasn't told us that yet, so we're okay. Oh no, apparently we were cutting the bar. That's fine. We'll take the chunks and we'll take the rags. I'd very much love to get some Kevlar, but I just don't think we're going to, unfortunately. Now, we should be using our butcher's knife to be able to do this. I want to be certain though, so we're just going to go and quickly let's activate our boot. Oh, ankle sheath for butcher's knife. Okay, there it is. Okay. Drop item. I just want to make sure that we're actually using this. I wasn't able to determine. Oh, and yeah, let's grab the short bow. Let's just wear that for the time being. Okay, and we will cut up everything that's down here. And we actually did get some Kevlar patches that time, so maybe I was screwing it up before. Maybe we weren't automatically taking our butcher's knife out. Usually you do, but okay, so we're at capacity here at the moment, so we need to try and take some things out. Are we going to keep the tainted fat? We're definitely going to keep the regular fat here, and we've got so much, I don't believe we're going to need to hold on to this tainted fat, so let's go drop that out and just start trying to shift these across now and see if we can get just a few more in there. We're not going to be able to get all those rags in there, and I definitely want to, so let's see what would be next that we could get rid of. The tainted pelt, I imagine we can probably treat like regular pelts, but I don't know for certain. Now we can't take all these rags as well. Let's just start raining. Hey. We've got so much meat. So much meat. Look, another thing that we can do as well, and it's maybe a little risky, do we have it with us? You know what? I don't know if we do. And what I'm talking about here is our bag. No, we don't have it with us. Okay. Decisions. What are we going to do there? Well, I'd love to be able to bring everything with us. At the very least, I'd love to have a few more rags, but I might be pushing it. The pelts are going to be great for us to hold on to. We might just have to get rid of some of the meat, and I don't want to do that. Really don't, but we've got so much of it now. I think these rags and the rest, they're going to be more valuable to us. Now look, we could just come back down here and grab the stuff. You know what, maybe we will do that. We don't have to take everything right now. And plus, I don't think Leif is the kind of person who's going to want to waste the animals that he has borrowed from. Well, not borrowed. There's no way they're getting it back. Okay, alright, so we've got our short bow out. We've got it ready. And we're going to be walking our way on back home. And it's going to be a bit of a journey, so he's going to undertake that now. He's going to get underway. I will see you all on the other side. Okay, I'm back. I panicked for a second because we had this little guy chasing us down in the field, but it turns out it is actually Grass the dog. He has returned to us. Unfortunately, Dirt has gone missing in the far field. He is roaming about somewhere, but I'm so happy to see this little guy just rock on up to Leif, and I imagine Leif is rather happy as well to see his one friend, because unfortunately there hasn't been any sign of Grass, and I've been looking out for him in the far field to see if we can spot him, but unfortunately yet he remains unseen. So we're going to continue this journey on back home. We're not too far away at this point, but I'll see you all when we get there. Okay. No, this is Dirt. This is Dirt. As we can see, the cat is friendly, so Dirt didn't actually go that far at all. Dirt just hung around by our fields here, which I am very, very happy to see that both of our little animals are still with us. Very, very happy to see that. Oh, it's good to be back home. That's all chitin there, right? Yeah, not bad. We've actually got a few chunks of fat and meat. Some of those might be off at this point.
However, it is good to be back home. The fire isn't blazing at the moment, but it's nice for us to be back in this space. I'm going to spend a little bit of time at just taking everything out of here. Let's see. Let's have a look and see exactly how much we've got with us. We've got a lot of stuff with us. We've got a lot of fat. We've got a lot of meat. Now, I'd love to be able to preserve as much of that as possible. So, let's see. We need to get some charcoal on the go, more than likely. And you know what? We're actually a little bit thirsty as well. So let's go and have ourselves some water. Ideally, we'll have it from the Hydrea if there is any still left in it. We've got one that's full of vinegar at the moment. We need to check on that as well. We've got many spinning plates at this stage, so it's going to be easy for us to just forget about one or the other. And you know what? We've got this fruit wine here, so let's actually have some of that for now. I feel like we've earned it, especially after surviving a fight against Amigo. Things aren't easy to take down. Okay, so we've had 2 things of that. I guess we will just have some of our water from our smaller little water skin that we have on ourselves. There we go. And our pain is actually starting to subside as well, so I'm happy about that. We are going to be letting go of Trev the Travois, and let's see, we've got 430 charcoal in there at the moment. I want to try and take that charcoal. We're just going to wear our bow for the time being, and we're going to put it into the smoking rack, because, well, we're going to need to. Let's see, we've got 3 2x4s up here as well, and I feel like we've still got quite a few logs up here, so we've got 10 logs in total. I'd like to take maybe 3 of those logs and see if we can't start to transfer those into charcoal, just because it's going to be good for us to have something of an ongoing process. So let's just grab 3 for the time being, move up into this little spot here, and we'll just shift it onto where that bark is at the moment. So 1, 2, 3, move across to there, and I believe we should just be able to shift it from here down to here. The birch bark we're going to leave alone, but we're definitely going to put the logs in there, and let's see if we can fire the kiln. There we go. Okay, so that is on the go at the moment. Now, I'm tempted to get at least one of these logs in the fire, just because we're at midday. If we start doing cooking, we want to make sure that the fire is going to be going for a good long while. So it's either going to be 1 or 2 logs that we end up chucking into the fire, just because it can last a really, really good long while. So let's just go ahead, grab 2 of those for the time being, and we'll just transfer those into our main home. Just start moving them across. 1, 2, and finally we'll shift them into the fireplace itself. Make sure they go into the fireplace. Burnt 2x4 is in there. Okay, so it must have just gone out, either because of the rain or something else. So let's see, where are our logs going to be at? They should be right down the bottom, or not. I'm not seeing them. There they are. They're in other. And we actually have an empty Hydrea, so yeah, we do need to make ourselves some more water here. Let's go ahead and get this fire going. So we're going to go and activate our lighter and successfully light the fire. I didn't actually see it emerge there, so I was kind of freaking out that I did it in the wrong place for a second then, but no, we're looking okay. We're looking okay. So with that, we're going to start trying to preserve a whole heap of the food that we've got here. We can make vegetable aspic. Okay, very, very nice. With some of the wild vegetables that we still have there. We still have some good ones apparently, so it could be good for us to do that. Just something that we can preserve for a long period of time. Most of it we're going to want to try and preserve. We could go for some lard as well. Overall, I think the lard is going to be pretty helpful. You know what? Let's start off the lard, because I think the fat can last a while, but wow, okay, yeah, we've got so much that we can just kind of really keep on going at this. So I think for the next little block, we're just going to be working on food for the most part, and it's going to take a little while to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on that. We're just going to watch it all go by, and well, maybe we'll be able to have some herbal tea at the end of it. I'll see you all on the other side. Well, I'll be damned. I actually did not realize. I did not realize that was beyond our cooking skill ability, but we actually got to 6. So that's not that bad, all things considered. We did waste some of our materials there, which is unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. We're actually starting to get quite warm as well, so I believe we're going to have to start trying to take off some of our warmer equipment. And having a look at this, it looks like it's mainly our boots actually that are quite that are quite warming. And if we're having a look on here, I think it is our boots that are warming us up the most. Yeah, indeed it is. So let's just go take those boots off for the time being. Drop those boots on the ground. That's perfectly fine. We're going to have something to eat and drink, which essentially is just drinking our good old wood soup, because we love it. Have some water at the same time, and we're going to get back to making some more stuff. Now, this is going to take the majority of the day, and it's going to take us into the evening, so if anything, I'll be happy to see us just getting this vegetable aspect done first and foremost. Okay, so unfortunately, we failed that because we lost light, and it seems that these logs never actually lit. I think the problem could be that the clean water is still in here and it's actually putting our fire out. At least with this, we'll be able to see if it's on. However, this doesn't seem to actually be lighting. And so that means before it was doing the same thing, which is unfortunate. That's really quite unfortunate. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to scoop this clean water out of here. It looks like I can just, yeah, you can't pick up liquid. Don't call me stupid. I realize that. I don't think we're going to be able to put anything in our pot here. I don't actually know how we're going to get rid of this water in here, and that's a small problem. I don't want to keep on wasting our lighter, so what we're going to have to try and do, I'm just going to go ahead and drop some of these things up here that we probably should have done at the start, dropping that off here and dropping some of these other bits and pieces just on the ground over here. But we're going to have to try and grab ourselves our fire starter, our little fire drill here, and see if we're going to be able to use that. So let's go ahead and activate the fire drill. There we go. Well, okay. And it's gone out. Okay, now the water is still there, so I'm wondering if we're going to be able to get rid of the water eventually by consistently doing that. Now, I don't want to just make ourselves a mop so that... That's quite frustrating. I don't want to just make a mop just to get rid of the water in there. Honestly, I'm not quite sure how else we're going to be able to do it, and we might be running into a problem here because it's dark. So let's just have a look at mop. We can indeed make a mop. I would hope that we're able to disassemble it. Now, it's too dark for us to be able to craft this as well, which is unfortunate. I don't know if we're going to be able to get away with just having a little bit of light for a second to start the craft, successfully light a fire. We're not even seeing it light at the moment. So I guess with that, we're going to have to come all the way down here with our animal friends and set this bush here on fire. Now, hopefully it's not going to spread from that point on. But we're gonna have a look and see if we can make ourselves a mop. We're gonna have to bring some of those resources down with us. So we need one long string, a heavy stick, and some rags. Okay. This is just frustrating at this stage. Oh dear, what can you do? Okay, so let's see. We should be able to gather all of those things from around us. So let's start with the string, and I can't remember what string we have with us. We don't, so it's got to be the withered plants then that we had. And we do have a number of withered plants. Okay, well, what's our option for that then? Okay, yeah, 12 withered plants, 1 2x4, and 4 rags. Okay. Withered plants. We're going to go ahead and move. Destination area is full. Well, of course it is. Of course it's full. Indeed, it is full. Why do we have so much volume still? Because we already have 26 withered plants. We pick them up automatically. Noted. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and just drop those up there for now. Okay. How much am I going to need here? Let's go for 18. No, apparently that wasn't selected. Okay. That just dropped everything. Okay, fantastic. That didn't work as intended at all. So that should be working. There we go, 12. Yay. Okay, well, we did that at the very least. We still have some more capacity available to us, so we want to grab ourselves 4 rags, wherever they may be. So they're apparently not close enough for us to be able to grab, which is strange because they're right here. That's unusual. Okay, so we'll go ahead and grab 4 rags, and now we just need a 2x4, which we should have just up here. Now, that should be everything we need to get this thing constructed, if I'm correct. 1 2x4, 12 withered plants, 4 rags, and a tool that can cut. Yes, indeed, we have all of those things. So let's move on down here to our little temporary fire and see if we can get this thing made. Can I make it over here? Maybe. Let's have a look. We're going to go for a mop. Indeed, we can. It takes 10 minutes, so let's see if this is possible. The fire has started to spread. That's not great. Let's move away and hope that it doesn't continue to spread like that. Generally, we displace the cat. I see, we displace the cat. Oh, we can just move through you. Yeah. Okay. All right, Dirt. Okay, so we're tired at this stage here. At least this will be ready for tomorrow. But if we activate our mop and mop over that way there, we clean up the spill. Fantastic. So we might have some other spills around here as well. So let's use the mop. Now that did use quite a few of our withered plants. You know what? We'll hold on to the mop for now. Who knows? We might actually have a use for it. But I think for now we are going to be calling it a night. I don't know whether any of our other stuff is going to go off, is the only unfortunate thing. But for now, we're just going to have to risk it, unfortunately, because we need to get ourselves a proper sleep, because it's been a while since we have. There we go, and that should actually help us rest up and recover. And sure enough, we're feeling pretty good. Now, it is a rainy day outside. We'll go ahead and put our little 2x4 across our pit, emerge from our hut, and let's start off by having ourselves something to drink. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way for us to, well, unfortunately, we already have some rotten items down here. Unavoidable, unfortunately. And we've still got so much rhubarb, which unfortunately, as well, we're not able to do anything with just yet. I'll have to track down those maple trees and see if we were able to get anything from them as of yet. So, what I was going to say was that I don't think there's any way for us to heat this because we can't activate a small fire or anything of the like. Yeah. Okay, well, at the very least, I think we should be able to get this fire pit properly lit now. So let's use our fire drill. Let's get it started. Dog, get out the fire. Get out the fire. God damn it. Grass, you okay? Yeah, you're okay. I think. I don't know for sure. So yeah, let's start off by having our wood soup, which is still good for another 5 days, which is fantastic. And let's have ourselves some water, something else that we're going to have to try and deal with eventually. And you know what, while we're sitting here, I think it's going to be worth us breaking out the old bone flute, wielding that, and having a little bit of play with that, just while we're sitting here in the rain underneath our little shelter, and just working at our food, because it is going to take us a while to get through all of that food. There is a lot of it there. So we're going to start off by making ourselves some tallow, and then eventually going into making some pemmican. I will see you on the other side. Okay, so that's all of the pemmican that we could make. And we did fail one time, so that does mean that our cooking skill is getting higher yet again. And it is always going up, it would seem. And as you can see, we're really quite warm now because of the fireplace kind of roaring beside us here. So I believe we are going to have to try and take off some more of our equipment. Looking at what is actually making us warm, we're going to go ahead and take off these gauntlets for the time being. Leif is kind of stripping down a little bit here, and you know what? Those cargo pants might just have to come off as well for the time being. You do what you gotta do to stay comfortable in this world. So our arms and our torso are still a little hot at this stage, so let's have a look and see if we can figure that out. If we take off these van braces, that should help out with that. And then finally, we might just have to take off this long shirt for the time being as well. So we're kind of down to, having not much on at all. The leather backpack we might need to take off as well, which means that essentially everything's just gonna drop to the ground for now. You know what? That's okay. That's okay. We're just sitting here by the fire, and actually, let's have some of that fish soup. I didn't realize we had some still kicking about there. Let's have some wood soup as well. And then let's have what remains of our water, because we should still have some of that in here. There we go. Indeed we do. Tempted to have some fruit wine as well, but we're working now. We're working. When we come back to this, we'll have some after we're all done. Okay, so we just finished making a huge amount of sausages, like a ridiculous amount of sausages, which are going to keep us fed for a very, very, very long time. At this stage, food is not so much a worry for our friend Leif. Now, winter will be on its way, but I'm very confident going into it that we're going to be doing okay. Now, we haven't had water for a while. We've kind of been running low on it for a fair bit, so I think it's probably about time that we have a look at sorting that out at the very least. So we want to go ahead and spend 25 minutes just smashing away at that, and we're going to go ahead and pour that into the clay hydrea that is empty. And let's just go ahead and do that again if we can. Same thing, just dropping it into that hydrea. Now, if we go and unload from that, we'll be able to unload that into our small water skin, just like so. Now, it has been a while since we've checked on our fermentation over here. So if we go ahead and finish the brewing process, we've got a vat of vinegar, we've got 70 there. So if we go ahead and pour that into a container, we can't quite reach the other one from that point. So let's see, where do we have our vinegar stored in down here for now? I believe it's right where Grass the dog is. So let's just go ahead and move him out the way for now. So no, it isn't there. Let's have a look around and see if we can find where our vinegar might be. So we're just going to do a quick search for vin, and there we go. We have a clay hydrea of vinegar just right there. So if I can bring that into our inventory, that would be fantastic. And I'm trying to see where that is. Oh, it's directly beneath us. Okay, well, that's good to know. So if we select it this way, we should be able to grab it. There we go. We're just going to have to put the bone flute away for now, just dropping that on the ground. And let's go pour that into the hydrea, which actually, you know what? Looking at that, oh, it's unfermented. I see. Well, okay. Well, we'll need to make sure that we actually do get that fermenting. But that does mean that we need to try and find some other form of storage for our vinegar for now, because I believe we've been mostly turning it into fruit wine. I do want to keep some vinegar just as it is. I'm glad that we have as much fruit wine as we do in that clay pot, but I think we might actually have another large clay pot that we should be able to fill up with that. I just need to try and track down exactly where this thing is. I know we have it around us somewhere. Let's have a look at clay. There we do. Large clay plot. So it's just to the east of us. So it should actually be, again, right where grass is. Yeah, there we go. Go ahead and wield that in our hands. The very, very large clay pot. Pour that into right there. Fantastic. So we'll go ahead and drop this one on the ground. We'll go ahead and pick this one up. Wielding that, we'll go ahead and put it into here. Start the fermenting cycle. Yes, please. Okay, we'll just go ahead and drop this clay hydrea on the side there for the time being. And coming over here, we're finished with that charcoal. So I just want to pick that up and just drop it on the ground for the time being, so that we can kind of place it, you know, where we need it to be. Yeah, I feel like this has been a good day for Leif so far. He's managed to get a fair bit done. I do want to have a look at the items that he has on here at the moment. So unfortunately, some of the meat did go off. All things considered, I don't think that's that bad though. The only other thing that we have that might potentially go off at this stage is our rhubarb. We do have a fair amount of it, and well, I mean, I want to use it. I want to try and find a purpose for it, but we might struggle a little bit with that, unfortunately. So, looking over here though, we have a huge amount of rags, plastic chunks, and other good things. So we want to try and sort through those a little bit more, just to get things organized, because right now, there's a lot of stuff essentially everywhere at this point. So just looking at this, we want to get rid of all of our filters, and we want to go and drag all of those up to this position here, so that we have them all together. Nice. Now we have our pelts that we need to start working on. And I wonder actually if we have any tallow remaining. We might be out of luck there, so we might not be able to process some of these, but we'll still have a look all the same. So if we just have a look at our pelts. So, to cure our pelts, we just need Oh no, we just need salt water. Fantastic. Yes. Nearby fire, tools for cutting. That's going to give us a raw pelt. I'm just seeing what's going to... That takes us a little bit longer. That uses a charcoal smoker, whereas this one's using salt water. So yeah, let's do this option here. So that is just allowing us to do the one. Because again, it's the salt water that we're running low on. So we need to try and find where our salt water is so that we can deal with that. We've got a gallon jug of salt water. Let's go ahead and wield this thing. And let's go fill it up. Just take the animals out on a quick little nightly walk with us and go and grab some salt water. Pour that straight into there and have a wander on back. See if we can get these things preserving. There we go. Okay, let's go back into pelt. And that's the option we're going to be going for. So it looks like, actually, it's limited by our salt water, but we don't want to push for too long here because I don't know how long that fire is going to burn for. So we'll just do them just like stage by stage for now. Let's have some water, not the salt water. And let's see if we can do another set. Okay. Alright, drop that on the ground, fantastic. Did get a little bit brighter out then. Not feeling tired, surprisingly enough, so I think he's just going to keep on doing his thing, because he's got a little bit of a jam on. Okay, alright, so we are missing the salt water. Let's go back and grab some more. Just wandering on down there, pour into a container, some left over. There's pretty much almost always going to be some left over from that. Okay, dodge around the anvil, and let's just keep on working. Fantastic, cured pelts. Okay, so I believe that is all of our cured pelts. We do need to double check though, because I was doing them in a batch, and that is the case. So we actually did have one left, so we'll go ahead and quickly work on that. Just using the salt water, and it was just as the fire went out. You're kidding me. We've got a whole heap of wood ash in there now. That's actually new. I haven't seen this before, just having wood ash left down the bottom. That's cool. We can use it to craft lye, and we can also use it in our clay process, which is exactly what you do. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm kind of glad that they've got that. Now, I don't think I'm going to want to use anything else other than maybe just one more log on the fire for the time being. So let's just dispose of this gallon jug for now. Grab the one log, wield it, and we'll just go drop you in here for the time being. Okay, let's go and activate. Okay. Why can't I activate? I've dropped it on the ground. That'll be why. Fire drill is what we're after. Yeah, because we don't really have any carrying capacity right now, so yeah. We'll just get that thing started. Okay, now we're feeling tired, which is not so good. I think that means that we'll probably just have to try and push through this day. Not always the wisest thing, just keep on working throughout the night like that, but what can you do? Okay, let's go back to pelt, and we will do that last one there using the salt water. There we go, fantastic. So, those are now cured. We need to start the next stage of that. So, we're going to go ahead to pelt. Tanning fir pelt is what we need. So we actually do need tallow for that process. Salt water as well, and either acorns or tan bark to get it going. And it looks like tallow is going to be the deciding factor in that, unfortunately. We can just leave the others there for now, but at least we can kind of get this process started. Fantastic, so that's now just going to be on the ground there. We're hungry, thirsty, and tired. Let's go have ourselves some more soup. And let's not overdo it. We won't overdo it. But we are tired. I don't want to go sleeping throughout the rest of the day, so I think we are just going to have to try and push on for a little bit longer. Yeah, unfortunately. Now, I don't want to sit by the fire all day just because we are going to get rather hot if that's the case. It is difficult not having... you know what? I think we can probably get away with just having our leather backpack on for now. So let's go grab that so that we can actually... rather wear the leather backpack. It's going to make our torso a little warm, but that's okay. That's fine. I think we want to have a look at these items that we brought along with us, the glove liner, the wool socks, etc., to see if we are able to do anything with them. I do kind of want to get rid of that rotten beast as well, so we might just go and throw that into the fire. So let's just go, not throw the sinew in, that will not be good. Actually, the sinew needs to go up there for now. But I do want to see if we can do a little bit of work on those. So to do that, we need to grab our bone needle to get things started. And ideally, Grass the dog, you would get out the way so that I can just grab these things. So let's go the ammo satchel, the gloves, the wool socks. Yeah, we'll start off with those for the time being. So the bone needle, we're going to activate on the glove liner. Chances aren't high. Success chance is there. Let's try instead the wool socks. Okay, much better. So, until a success. Yeah, that sounds good. So we'll just leave them repairing that for a while. So the wool socks are repaired. Fantastic. We'll go ahead and repeat again. And we'll repeat again. Okay, nice. This is going kind of well. And at the same time, this is going to be increasing our tailoring skills. So I am happy about that. Okay, it looks like we are out of charges there. That's okay. Let's go have some clean water for now. And for us to reload this, we do have a whole heap of sinew that we just picked up. So if we go reload, let's go just use the sinew for now. We can see we've got a lot of different options. A lot of plant fiber. A ridiculous amount of plant fiber. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of more in favor of us doing that. So let's just go ahead and unload the bone needle for now. And let's go use some plant fiber. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so activating that, we're going to go ahead and keep on working on these wool socks, and we'll go until we have a success. Brilliant. Okay, so our chances are pretty good, and we made them fit, and we made them reinforced as well. So they're reinforced wool socks. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So let's have a look at our tailoring. We're on 3 at the moment, so that's a little bit higher. Now, I know most things that I'm doing at the moment aren't focusing on our eventual goal of getting out of here. To be able to do that, we need to get our mechanics up to 2, and that is no small task. It is it's a difficult task that's going to take a lot of repetition, unfortunately. So that's something that I might just have to try and do off camera because yeah, it's not going to be the most entertaining thing in the world. And you know what? Let's actually go to the auto pickup manager just for now, and I want to take off the withered plants, which we are automatically picking up. So let's just go and disable that for now, and we'll disable those blueberries. Go and save those changes and drop those plants back off where they belong. There we go, much better. Okay, so let's see if we can do any more repairing. We still might have a bit of trouble. Yeah, so until success or failure? Okay, that's not bad. Okay, now we actually have a better chance of bringing them back to life. Brilliant. Let's work on those. Glove liners. Yeah, let's see if we can. Oh, we damaged them. Okay, but we can bring it back up again. All right, see if we can. There we go. Maximum potential. Extra sturdy glove liners. Lovely. Very, very nice. Okay, with that, let's see if we can do some work on this ammo satchel. Until success, we might just end up tearing it apart. No, there we go. We've got it out of the danger zone for now, which is good. Okay, now obviously the chances here, I think it is at its full health at the moment. Oh no, it is actually fully, it's reinforced as well. So we might even be able to take it beyond that. Oh yeah, because there's 2 different stages of green. Interesting. I think we'll just leave it at that for the time being. I would like to have a look at our other bits and pieces that we have. So I think it was our long sleeve shirt that is very close to just falling apart. So let's go use our bone needle on that. Okay, good. We should be able to do this thing. So we'll do it until a success. And we'll just do it the whole way up. And there we go. That's damaged. Damn. Do it again. Try again. And there we go. It's at its maximum potential. So let's go have something to drink and eat by having that soup. Lovely. There we go. Nice. Let's see how we're doing now on tailoring. 74. So we're on our way at the moment. We should be able to get there with our man Leif if we just push through a little bit further. And we do have some other items here on the ground that we can repair. The army winter gloves, the leather van braces, and the rest. I would like to try and see if we can repair those. Or rather, reinforce them. We might not have the leather necessary to do it, and you know what? This bone needle needs a recharge. So we were using a fair amount of plant fiber doing this, so we need to be cautious of that. We don't want to tear through everything, but at the same time, this is a great chance for us to improve all of those things. So the winter gloves, let's see if we can until success. There we go. Fantastic. And same thing again. Repair them. and is pretty much just damaging at this stage. So, okay, we can't get them any further than that. I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay, so it's going to be the boots and the rest now. See if we can reinforce them. We'll go into success, and there we go. Fantastic. Exactly what we want. Let's go to the gauntlets next, and until success. Nice. Okay, we've actually had really good luck so far. Go to you, and we'll go to the vambraces. Same deal there. Okay, brilliant. No failures there at all. And we're at 79. I thought we'd be a little bit further along than that, but that's fine, because this is just repairing. We're not actually creating anything with it. We do have all these other items on us, though, that we might be able to see if we can reinforce. And you know what? I think it's probably worth us trying to reinforce them, just with those bits and pieces that we've found so far. Boxer shorts, shall we reinforce them? What the hell? Let's see if we can. Okay, oh, we actually made them fit. Those boxer shorts we had weren't even fitting in the first place. Well, now they fit and they're reinforced, and I kind of like that he's working on these while he is actually wearing them. It's an added challenge. Now, reinforcing the sheath is not going to be super easy. In fact, we're probably just going to straight up damage it. So, we don't want to waste stuff. We'll try that though. And there we go. Fantastic. It's a reinforced quiver. And water skin, do I want to reinforce that? I mean, we can try. Yeah, there we go. Fantastic. We're not going to be losing water anytime soon. And the leather backpack, which usually does take a bit of a whack. There's only 0.2% difference in this. I want to give it a go. Let's roll the dice on this one. Okay, we damage it, but then we can repair it. So we're kind of going to be going between one and the other, and that does actually leave us without our patches. And I think the fire has gone out, and we have 514 things of wood ash now, which is awesome. We can use it to craft lye. Okay. That's cool. I want to go to lye and just see what we are able to do with lye from that point on. We can use it to create lye powder and a soap bar. And with lye powder, we can make sugar, salt, lutefisk. Oh, okay. Lye powder, we want to try and get to there. So we're going to need to use a nearby fire or our charcoal smoker. You know what? That log lasts us a long time, so I wouldn't mind using something like that again. And this is just using our wood ash and water, but you can see it's 500 wood ash to make one thing of lye. So, yeah. We'll go ahead and just grab one of these logs for now, wielding it. We'll go ahead and chuck it in there. Shabam. We should be able to grab that out, even though, will we be able to grab it out? Who knows? We'll grab the fire drill. Okay, fire drill, we're going to activate you. Bam, starting the fire over there. We're a little hungry, so let's have some soup, because that's how we do. Okay, now with that, let's see if we can make ourselves some lye. Okay, and it's going to be just the one, because we definitely don't have 1,000. It's going to take an hour for us to do this. It's the liquid form of sodium hydroxide. It's highly corrosive, handle with care. Okay, we'll do our best to. Let's just use water, and let's see if this is possible. Consume it? No. Pour it on the ground. Pour into a container. Let's just put it in a stone pot for now. Well, the stone pot we actually use for cooking, so let's just use one of the clay pots instead. Actually, you know what? Let's not be silly. Just use a glass bottle. There we go. Now, to make lye powder, I think we did actually need more than one thing of lye. We need 6, in fact. So that's going to be... that's a lot of wood ash. Wow. Okay, now I'm intrigued. I want to see how you would make sugar from that. Because sugar is something, if we can make it, it's going to make... yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good to say the least. Okay, so let's have a look here. Okay, that's from Sweetwater. Sure, okay, I see that. How does lye come into this process here? Because this is just saying a charcoal smoker, nearby fire, and these components here. Can I page down to see the rest of those? V to see more? No. Arrow down to see more? Yeah, I realize I can't do that. Yeah, so it's the chemical making tool that we're not going to be able to. We can't do that, unfortunately. If we do have sweet water though, how sweet water would just be water that's got sugar in it, right? So you kind of need it already. Yep. So I guess if we had honey, we might be able to work it down. Same thing with the maple syrup as well. Well, with that being the case, it might be worth us just going to try and see if I can track down where the hell our trees were. So we'll leave everything there for the time being. The others can come and follow us. I know we're not wearing pants at the moment. That's perfectly fine. Now we did have, there it is. I can see it. It's just up there. I want to see if we've got anything from this yet. Remove containment, harvest current maple sap, 0. We don't have anything yet. It's going to take a while for that to happen. Now, I'm pretty sure we did have another one on the go. However, I still can't for the life of me remember where that is. I know Eolyn has tried to help us find it before. But unfortunately, Leif and myself have forgotten where that tree was. Now, I do know it was around here somewhere, but yeah, just off the top of my head, I cannot remember where that thing is. How is this doing? Finished brewing? Is it finished? Indeed it is. The vinegar is actually ready for bottling. Well, as soon as we're here, let's go ahead and do that. Let's grab the vinegar, wheel this, and let's go and pour that into there. Fantastic. So we have even more vinegar at this stage as well. Let's not step into the small fire. I think that's probably a grand idea. Well, having a look at this, I do want to see if there is anything else under here that we can make that's going to help us preserve things. The acorn meal is something that I almost always want to try and work towards because it'll get us towards flour rather as well. That wasn't quite what I was going for. We can make more unfermented vinegar from the fruit wine. I don't know how much we're going to want. Yeah, I'm not sure how much we're going to want, really. We've still got so much fruit wine that we probably could get away with making some more unfermented vinegar. You know what? I feel like we have enough for now. I don't think we need any more. And looking at everything else here, it's mostly just seeds and the rest. We can make tainted bone meal. That's from the wild herbs. Mostly, yeah. I mean, I'd love to be able to do something with that rhubarb, but unfortunately I think a lot of that rhubarb is just gonna go. There's not too much I can do about that now at this stage. Yeah. Well, that for the time being has our food situation sorted. That and all these items that we've grabbed as well, they're a little bit better off. Now looking at this though, I would like to try and see if we can repair this holster, these tactical gloves, and maybe even this army helmet. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. If we could get away with it, that would be nice. So let's see if any of that is going to be possible. The tactical gloves are already quite damaged. Oh yeah, no, we cannot bring those back. Unfortunately, they are past the point of no return. And the army helmet, we're not going to be able to repair because I believe we're going to need a soldering iron to be able to do that. It's Kevlar, it's plastic, and it's not really repairable because as far as I could see, that wasn't popping up under our list of things that we could repair. We can repair the holster, however, so I think we are going to try that. There is a chance that we might destroy this though, so let's cross our fingers together and we'll go into a success or a failure. Okay, no, we're out of patches. That's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Now we do actually have a number of pelts here that are good to go already, so we could try and cut one up to get some patches. However, right now, a full quality holster isn't something that's on my mind. It's something that probably would be good for Leif eventually. You know, just for him to holster that pistol that he found. We've actually got an Uzi as well. And I believe the Uzi might even have some ammunition in it. No, it doesn't. No, that's the UPS. What am I talking about? We've got an Uzi somewhere as well, right? Uzi, 9mm, 0. Yeah, so both of the weapons that we've found so far are empty, and that's probably because they were shooting at dead things. Well, living dead things, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but we're tired at the moment. Leif is tired, and you know what? I'm going to see if we can figure out a way for us to improve our mechanics further. Unfortunately, we might be stuck with just trying to make some more of these things here. However, getting all those wooden frames, not going to be easy. not going to be easy at all. So with that, thinking about that, now that I've kind of run through that process in my mind, I think the next step for us will be trying to return to the crates, essentially breaking them down and taking everything that's inside them. So we're going to unload the travois, and then we're going to rock all the way on back there. There should still be enough time in the day for us to be able to do this, so wish me luck. Okay, we have arrived at the crates. After a decent little bit of a walkabout, we're here. And right off the bat, pretty cool stuff. Ballistic glasses, that's just all kinds of awesome. Right now, we are wearing some glasses. Some fit over sunglasses, but those ballistic glasses, they're a whole nother kind of awesome. The bash and cut protection on them is great. The glare protection is good as well. All in all, it's a pretty damn good find. I'm happy with that. And wow, okay, so we have ourselves some saline solution, but also a stimulant module. Now this is used with the RevTech simulant delivery system. So essentially it's like something that you inject in yourself, and well, it can save you from death, which ain't bad. Yeah. Now we actually came out here with no food, which is a great move on my behalf. We're going to start by taking off our glasses, which we're going to go ahead and replace with these ones here. Now we might be able to make these fit us a little bit better, but they look kind of cool as well. I think I want to try and grab these combat boots out of here and just place them on the ground for the time being. So we'll go ahead and just shift them there for now and move on down to this next set. Now I don't know. This is the ones. Yeah, they are the crates. Okay, good. I thought there were more than just 3 of them, but maybe not. Okay, we have 2 MP grenades as well. So, hell, it's better than nothing. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to deconstruct the furniture here. So that's going to leave us with a whole heap of crap that we can go ahead and drop onto Trev. Most importantly, though, nails. Nails are difficult to make. They take a long time to make, and well, looking at these here, they're free nails, so we're going to go ahead and take them. Same thing over here as well. Stop construction. No, we're fine. We're dead tired, so that does actually mean that we need to get back, so let's quickly cut up these combat boots here, and then we're just going to essentially shift everything into Trev for now. So I'm pretty happy with that for the most part. We did get ourselves some nails, which is good. So we're going to take our travois and we're going to rock on back home and give Leif a well-deserved rest. And as you can see, we've made it home just as the sun is starting to set, and thankfully our little animal friends decided to stay pretty close to home as well, which for the most part I'm very happy that they don't try to follow us the whole way out there into the far field, because it's a very dangerous place for them. A lot of things can go wrong very quickly. So let's start trying to make our way. Okay, move around you. How many do we have there? We've got 17 2x4s, which is a hell of a lot better than nothing. So I think I'm going to want to try and shift those onto here as well. So let's go ahead and grab the splintered wood and those 2x4s. We can only hold 2, so we'll go ahead and leave them there for now. But I will do my best to remember. And it's actually nice to be able to come home and see just a really nice fire doing its thing. Very happy with that. So with all these little bits and pieces that we've picked up along the way, we're going to go ahead and put them in our resource pile of stuff and things, moving all of those across here. We're hungry, we're thirsty, and so let's go have ourselves some wood soup, because I actually did forget and I left our sealed stomach here, which is terrible. Let's never do that again. And we actually forgot our steel spear as well, so that could have completely screwed us. Thankfully, no, we didn't even have the bow as well. No, we do. We're wearing the bow. Okay, all right. Well, that's good at the very least. Let's take off the bow for the time being. We're not going to need to be carrying that with us. Now, we are dead tired, so I think it's about time that Leif has himself a good sleep. And, you know, all things considered, I feel like it's been a really productive day for our friend. I thought we were still holding on to Trev the Travois then. No, let's get ourselves to sleep. Let's have a proper sleep, a well-deserved one. And just like that, he's going to have a really nice long sleep. It's been a whole day. He went for a whole day without sleep, so he's going to be feeling pretty tired, and I wouldn't be surprised if he oversleeps by a fair amount. But it looks like we're able to get through the majority of the night without too much trouble. The animal's just roaming backwards and forwards in his little makeshift log cabin, dreaming perhaps of the river and sailing down it. Now, we are getting quite hot in the sun. He has managed to sleep through a fair bit of the morning though, which I'm surprised. Usually we would get woken up, but he is so tired that it seems that the sun doesn't even seem to be bothering him all that much. We've actually slept past midday, so he was a very, very, very tired boy. But he wakes up and he is feeling quite hot. Sweaty almost. He looks out across through the open door, seeing the campfire now extinguished and, surprisingly, a clear day outside. But there are only 5 more days of summer before autumn comes, and when autumn arrives, it's not long after that things are going to start getting a lot colder for us, and food is going to become a lot more scarce. Thankfully, we have quite a lot of food ourselves. However, I'm going to want to try and make some kind of storage for them inside the cabin, because animals may come roaming to find that food. We don't want that. We want to keep that food nice and safe in here while we're beginning to work on our boat outside. But there's still a while before we're going to be able to have that thing done.
That is, however, going to wrap us up for today's episode. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the different kind of speed and pace to Cataclysm. As more events happen, we'll be covering them more and more from Leif's perspective, and we'll be beginning every episode with something of a recap of the last, as he goes over his thoughts and feelings as he moves into a new day. I've been Rycon, you have all been awesome, and until next time, stay tuned.